What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Owen, and we're going to be talking about burnout today and how to avoid it. Now, in my personal experiences, I'm only 20 years old, so I don't have a ton of life experience. Okay, I'm still very young, but as far as burnout goes, I do have experience with that. My busiest time in my life was probably, apart from now, of course, but probably 16 or 17 was the most busiest I've ever been, going on 18. Right, so at 16, my mornings were from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. I was playing in Gainesville. Okay, then after that, I would come home. I had like an hour to shower, eat. I had a class. So I went to class, did that for a couple hours. Then I went to the gym. Then I went to my private session I had with a coach. We just worked on a bunch of fundamental stuff. And then after there, I went to my team in Orlando from about 7 to 11. And then I came home. I was back home around like 11:30, 12-ish, right? And then go to sleep, do all over the next day. I did that for 5 days a week for almost 2 years straight. Okay. Now that was honestly a blessing. I was very fortunate to be able to do that, and I was very happy I was able to do that. But with that came a lot of stress, a lot of tiredness, a lot of exhaustion. And honestly, through the whole entire period, I only experienced burnout once or twice because I was able to avoid it by doing a couple things. So number one thing I did is I stuck to my routines. Right? I remember within like the first 2 weeks, I was like, okay, this is not working. My time management's off. Like I have to have a routine I stick to every single day. So I created myself a morning routine and a nightly routine. Okay, and I did those two things every single day. Matter of fact, I still do my night routine every single day to this day, and I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and it's amazing. I shower, I eat, I brush my teeth. Okay, and then I change, I listen to some music, or I watch a little bit of TV for about 10 to 15 minutes, just chill out, maybe watch it, a little bit of YouTube, whatever it might be. And then after that, I stretch, I read, and then I go to sleep. It's very simple. It's not some over complex thing. It's very, very easy, very, very simple, because that's what works for me. That's what helps me calm my mind down, and that's what helps me get ready. Like, okay, let's relax, let's just recollect, and let's just take a deep breath. Like my stretching, I just do it in silence for about 10 or 15 minutes. If A, I help my body feel better, B, I help my mind feel better, because I can just sit there and reflect and think on my whole entire day and like what I can do better, what went wrong, what went good. Right? And then my morning routine would consist of me, I wake up. Well, I guess now it's kind of different. My morning routine is way different now, but back then I would wake up around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I would take about 30 minutes. I would shower. I'd make some eggs, make some coffee, right? I just have 4 eggs and just some coffee with a little bit of cream and sugar in it. Pack my bag, all in silence, because I was warning my mind, right? And then I had an hour drive to Gainesville. So on that hour drive, I listened to either 2 things or 3 things, I guess. Bryce Crawford podcast. I would listen to Philip Anthony Mitchell on 2819. Or I'd pop on a Chris Williamson podcast. And that's kind of where I guess I started enjoying podcasts when I was 16. Just on those morning drives, it's still dark outside. I have my coffee, I have my water, I have my electrolytes. I have my bags packed, knowing that, oh boy, today is going to be a long day, just as every other day is. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to get through it, though. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to keep pushing. And that was my morning routine, and that's what helped me prevent burnout, essentially. Because, yes, I was very busy. I had a lot to do. But having those 2 moments throughout my day where, I knew I could just be still, be calm, and just breathe, that's what it helped me tremendously. And it helped me not need to take 2 days off to recover mentally or physically from overtraining or over exerting myself. Because I was able to have calm moments throughout my days, I was able to perform and play and do pretty decent all the time while playing and training. Now, with that being said, you are going to get burned out. It's the facts of life. If you're ambitious, if you're chasing a dream, if you're chasing something bigger than you, if you're whatever you're doing, chasing that dream that keeps you up at night, you're going to get burned out. And that's okay. Being burned out isn't always a bad thing. It's a sign that shows you that how dedicated you are to your craft or to your dream, and how willing you are to sacrifice and how far you're willing to go to get to where you want to be. Okay, so burnout isn't always a bad thing, but if it keeps stacking and you keep finding yourself getting burned out, you have to change something, because then it will just destroy you and regress you beyond belief. So my recommendations for anybody who's facing this busy life or a busy season, or anybody who's like, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to do, I can't handle it. Listen, take 30 minutes in the morning, figure out a morning routine. Do the same thing over and over again. Do it with no music, no distractions, no dopamine, just silence. Try your absolute best. Same thing at night. Find your night routine. Maybe use a little music. Maybe watch a little bit of TV. Something low, mellow, calm to get your mind just relaxing. Don't think about football. Don't think about your sport. Don't think about your job. Don't think about whatever it is. And just use those 30 minutes to yourself. That's 1 hour a day. Okay? 1 hour a day to yourself. If you can do that, you will see tremendous improvement in mental health and stability. And you'll also see tremendous improvement in your discipline. Because it takes discipline to follow that same routine every single day. But once you get past the first week or two of like, oh, I hate this, then you're going to start enjoying that routine. You're going to start being excited to go home and stretch. Be excited to wake up. Be excited to listen to some music. Be excited to read. Right? You're going to enjoy it. And you're going to see how much it helps you. Because like I said, you're going to get burned out at some point. Okay? Everyone does, because we all push ourselves too hard. Every ambitious person pushes themselves way too hard beyond their limits and doesn't know when to stop. And that's okay. That's why we're ambitious. But to help minimize it, or I guess elongate that from happening, you can take those 2 simple steps to help you live a better life. That's all I got for you guys today. Don't talk about it, be about it. Peace out.